Hi, I'm Mary Tillman.
And I'm Dan Tillman.
And I'm Chad Blank, and we're Team Tillman with Coldwell Banker Realty.
And this week's Tuesday Tips with Team Tillman's, we're going to talk about features and definitions that you might see if you are purchasing a home or even if you're thinking of selling your home.
Hi, I'm Chad Blank, a member of Team Tillman. Today I'm going to talk through the different kind of houses that we see on the market. It is important because a lot of realtors throw around different terms and you may not exactly follow exactly what we're saying. If you're looking to sell your house, we may describe your house one particular way, and this helps you understand kind of what we're trying to portray. If you're looking to buy a house, we tend to go through a questionnaire, and one of the questions we ask is what type of houses are you looking at? What type of styles? And you may not be familiar with all the styles that are out there, or maybe confused exactly what a particular type of style of house is called. So today I'm going to go through some of the common style of homes that we see here in the Twin Cities, including ramblers, 2 stories, 1.5 stories, split entry, and a modified split entry. These photos here are a prime example of what's called a rambler, also called a ranch home in many other places throughout the country. A rambler is a single level house, generally with a basement, that is split pretty much in half, where half of it's going to be a living space, half of it's going to be the bedrooms. So when you normally walk in on the living space, you walk into a living room, there'll be a dining room, and usually a galley kitchen. The kitchen could be an open concept kitchen if it's been updated, but primarily when these were built, they were built as a galley kitchen. Sometimes people have done additions to the back of the house, and maybe added a 4 or 3 season porch to the back. Also, usually the deck comes off the back as well, right behind the dining rooms. In the bedrooms half of that, you generally find yourself with 2, 3 is the most common, or 4 bedrooms on the same floor. Usually there'll be 1 bathroom in the hallway. That bathroom is going to be shared by the bedrooms, as well as any guest that comes over that's going to be in the living area. There could potentially be a small bathroom in the master bedroom. Some do have them, some do not. Some people have updated these things, combining bedrooms to make master suites, and done quite a bit of different things. Now usually they have a basement. The basements, when they originally built, weren't finished. A lot of people have finished the basements, adding additional bedrooms, particularly bathrooms, and storage areas. Usually in all the ramblers you're going to find the laundry in the basement. As we'll talk about a little bit later in this video, ramblers can be walkouts or not walkouts. Usually if it's a walkout, those are highly desirable, simply because you have a deck off the back and a patio down below. So 2 stories, kind of as it sounds. You walk in and there'll be plenty of space on the first floor when you walk in. On that main floor is usually the entertainment part of it. You usually have a living room, you'll have your dining room, you'll have your kitchen, potentially a sunroom, potentially a deck kind of going out the back. Then there's usually a stairs someplace else that goes downstairs to the basement if there's a basement. And then there's usually a stairwell, usually located somewhere within the middle of the house to go upstairs. And upstairs is going to be your living quarters. That's going to be where all your bedrooms are going to be and your bathrooms. Sometimes within the 2 stories you do have it where you'll have a master bedroom on the main floor. Those are starting to become more and more common. But generally speaking, your kind of entertainment and living space is going to be down on the first floor, and kind of your sleeping quarters will be on the second floor. As you said, I refer to this as a 1.5 story. So the reason why it's a half story, if you look at the ceiling here, how it angles, this is actually the roof right here. So it angles down, you have a flat spot and angles down below. This particular house, they built it, so this is actually legal living space. So we have a wonderful bedroom up here. Got a closet, great for the master, or throw some kids up here. It's absolutely a great use of this 1.5 story. So this is a pretty standard split level entry house. As you see, you walk in, you have a place to take off your shoes. Sometimes there's a coat closet, sometimes there's not. And then as you see, you kind of have 2 options, up or down. Usually it's downstairs to the basement or upstairs to the living area. A cousin to the split entry is what's called a modified split entry, or potentially maybe a split 3 level or split 4 level. It's very similar to the split entry, except for there's actually a full living space on the floor you walk in. So for example, you may walk in and on that floor there might be a mudroom plus like a living room. And then you have to either go upstairs to where you usually have the kitchen or downstairs into the basement. If it's a 4 level, then you have to go up another flight of stairs and that's where usually all the bedrooms are.
Hi, I'm Mary Tillman, and I am going to talk to you a little bit about inside spaces. If you have looked at any description of houses, you know that realtors just love to abbreviate everything, and sometimes you look at things and go, what are they talking about? So we're going to talk about some of those abbreviations and what do they really mean. But not only that, I want to give you some visuals so you can look at them and say, oh wow, that's kind of cool, or I like that, or I don't like that. It's a great opportunity for you, as if you're starting to look for a house, to be able to see what some of your options are, and if you're thinking of selling your house, the areas that you really need to highlight. All right, another kind of a great asset to a house, especially in your basement. It doesn't really matter if it's a finished or unfinished basement, but if you have a walkout, which means from your lower level you can walk out to a yard, is really very popular, and they're very in high demand. In this particular house we're in, they have their wood stacked up here because there is a wood burning fireplace down here. The nice thing in the winter time is you can just open this door, you can grab the wood, and you can have a nice fire. Many people will put a hot tub out here. That's another great thing to do. Some people, there's a deck above this walkout, will screen this in and actually make this kind of an outdoor space with a screen in so there's no mosquitoes or bugs. Walkout basements are in very high demand, like I said, and it tends to add value to a home if you're selling, and it tends to add high interest to a home when you're buying it. You may have heard of the term open concept, and you're kind of wondering exactly what does that mean. This room I'm sitting in here is actually a living room, a kitchen, and a eating area or a informal dining room. This is a great room, open concept. Many people like it because when you're entertaining, you can actually be a part of the conversation as you're working in the kitchen. Or even if you have guests over, you're playing cards at the table, and some people are sitting perhaps in the living room watching a sports game. You all can be together in one big room. And that is something that's very favorable in the open concept. So now, as you can see in this picture, this is a kitchen, but it's very long and very narrow. This is what's often called a galley kitchen. There's not a lot of open space for a table, but there's plenty of counter space and there's plenty of cupboards. And usually at one end of it will open up and maybe sometimes into a kitchen, into a dining room, or the other end may go out into a garage, but it's just a very long, narrow room called a galley kitchen. Rolling. All right, we just talked a little bit about an open concept in a living room. Now we're going to look at a family room. A family room can be in a lower level. Some people actually have a family room on their main level, or they could even have it on an upper level. This is a great place. Sometimes the kids hang out here. It may be your TV or area, or even a game area. So this room is kind of set up to watch TV or to play some games. There's a game table over here, and there's actually a little bit of a wet bar over here with a sink, a fridge. So it's a great place just to have those treats, the beer, the soda, whatever. And it's just a very informal area, very comfortable to hang out with family and friends. Now let's take a look at a loft. A loft you usually will find on a second level. It can look like a couple different things. You'll see an open staircase with an open banister, so you actually have a view of the second floor. There's also sometimes what may look like a family room or a TV room that people use as a loft. It's a space, there has no walls around it like a bedroom. It's just an open space. It's great for an office. It's great for kids just to watch TV, do their homework, to play. Some people even use them as art studios because if they're up high enough, they can get some light from windows coming in. A bonus room is really kind of an unidentified room. So if you think of a story and a half, you go upstairs, and sometimes those are legal bedrooms. However, if the windows aren't large enough or they don't have windows or enough windows, it's just a huge space on this second floor, which often is a great bonus room. It can be used for many purposes. So again, you could use it as a TV room, a kid's room, an office, a den, anything like that. It just cannot be used sometimes as a bedroom because it's just not considered a legal bedroom with legal access in and out as far as emergencies for windows and whatnot. Okay, you may have heard two terms, a master bedroom and a master ensuite. A master bedroom is usually just a regular bedroom, but it's the biggest bedroom in the home. It's usually the one that will fit the largest bed, and many times it will have like a double closet or a large closet or a walk-in closet. That would be a master. When you're talking about an ensuite, you actually have a bathroom that is just designated for the master suite, and it's actually attached to the master suite. There's no other way to access it. Come with me and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so now we're in the actual master bathroom from the master bedroom. So we walked in the door. This is the only doorway coming into the bathroom from the master bedroom. This happens to be a very large ensuite master bath. It has double sinks. It has a jacuzzi tub. Behind the tub it has a big walk-in shower and then the toilet closet. So this is very large, I would say, for a master bath. However, sometimes what you'll see in a master bath is what's called a 3/4 bath. What that would be is a sink. It could be a single or a double, and a toilet, and then it will have a shower. There will be no tub. And sometimes when the space is a little bit smaller, you'll see a nice 3/4. Sometimes people don't even use bathtubs anymore, and they would much rather have a huge shower, a rain shower, a massage shower, versus the tub. So a lot of times they'll just eliminate the tub just to have that luxury shower, and then that would be called a 3/4 bath. Let's go look at a powder room. A lot of people don't know what is a powder room. Okay, here's a powder room, and it's also known as a half bath. It would just be a toilet and a sink. Now, you could actually find one of these in a master ensuite as well, but typically you'll find these on, let's say, a main level for guests to use so they don't have to walk through your bathroom or through your bedroom to get to your bathroom. And if all of your bedrooms are upstairs, this may be on your main level. It's great for guests to use, it's great for the kids to use, and you don't have to run up or down a floor just to use the bathroom. Another term you may have heard of is a Jack and Jill setup. And what that is typically two bedrooms. They're usually rooms for kids. It could be for guests as well. And they're connected by a bathroom in the middle. And many times there'll be a bathroom with a door and then a toilet. So somebody could be using one half of the bath and the other person could be using the other half of the bath. But it's a great setup to connect a bathroom to two bedrooms.
Hi, this is what they call a privacy deck. It has a lounging area, fire pit, a place where you can actually have dinner, and a barbecue. It's private, meaning that there is no access to the backyard. To get into this area, you have to come in through the house. Great benefit because that way there's no critters that can come up or get in here. And if you have children, you can confine them in this space and keep track of them. The downside of this is that there is no stairway to access to the backyard. So if the kids want to go out and play, they're going to have to go through another area to get back here.
As you can see from this picture, this deck has access from the dining room, and unlike a privacy deck, it has access to the backyard. The patio is an outdoor entertainment space that is level with the ground, and it's great for lounging. Or it's also a good place if you'd like to put in a hot tub.
Let's talk about garages. There's one car garage, which basically you can fit the car in and just get the doors open, and that's about it. There's 1.5 car garages, which gives you a little bit more room, maybe put a workshop in there, etc. And then there's 2 and 3 car garages, usually separated by single doors, or like this one, a 2-car garage door and then a single garage door. Some garages are insulated, And that means that all the walls and the ceilings and especially the doors are insulated as well. And then some people will put gas heater with the thermostat in it, like this garage has, and that's how you can use it as a workshop. You could store a lot of stuff in it, maybe a car that you use in the winter time or the summertime, not the winter, and you want to store it. It's climate controlled all year long. Thanks for watching Tuesday Tips with Team Tillman.
We hope we got all of your questions answered.
And if we didn't answer your question or would like to set up a meeting with any one of us, as always, it's a no pressure situation. Feel free to reach out to us either through the messenger button below. You can find us on Facebook at Team Tillman MN, or you can go online at teamtillmanmn.com. There you'll be able to find a quick bio of all of us. There's a form there you can fill out to reach out to us, as well as find our emails and phone numbers.
Look for us next week for another Tuesday Tips with Team Tillman.